To invest into profit in crypto, you need to know where the ball is going. And looking at crypto right now, the area with arguably the strongest long-term prospects may be stablecoins. It's kind of the killer use case of crypto besides maybe trading random shit on chain. For years, stablecoins were just a way to keep your dry powder, but they're now set to be fully integrated in the mainstream finance system, becoming some of the biggest buyers of US treasuries. First, that's because they just work well, especially for international money transfers. Who wants to use clunky, outdated TradFi rails when you just set up a phantom wallet, send USDC across Solana for a fraction of a penny in a second? Have you ever done an international bank transfer? It's a horrible experience. But also, wheels are turning to make widespread adoption a reality, and it's happening fast. The Genius Act, which smooths the way for stablecoins, passed in the USA. And as I've talked about here before, the US is looking for using stablecoins because they can be major buyers of US treasuries, extend global dollar dominance for decades to come, maybe even a way to deal with their debt crisis. Trump Jr. just outright stated stablecoins will preserve dollar dominance. And you can already see that traditional companies and traders and crypto natives love stables and they're paying attention. We're seeing all kinds of stuff getting launched. The Circle IPO pumped on launch. Okay, that's the USDC issuer. PayPal has a stable coin. Stripe is launching a stable coin. Okay, Shopify supports USDC. Ethena has grown to a total TVL surpassing $16 billion. Tether is raising right now at a $500 billion valuation. We're at a stablecoin market cap all-time high of around $300 billion, and Goldman Sachs predicts a multi-trillion-dollar stablecoin rush. Stablecoin total value is going to 10x in the next 5 years. So we seriously could be at the start of a stablecoin megatrend. So let's get to the point. If stablecoins are set to expand hugely, how can you profit from this trend shift? Okay, there are finally some ways, interestingly, to invest in this. The good news is that there are plenty of ways now to get positioned. Okay, so let's run through some of the top stablecoin connected altcoins that you can buy right now, and even a couple of stocks to look at. Okay, first, there's Ethena Labs, which is probably one of my favorites to look at here. The main Ethena stablecoin, USDE, is a high yield coin. It uses delta neutral strategies and needs to be staked for SUSD to pick up the yield. There's also another stable coin called USDTB, and as mentioned, both work together, already at a $16 billion supply. Plus, there is a fee switch coming, so a portion of protocol revenue will be directed back to ENA holders who stake their tokens. Now, ENA is Ethena's governance token, which I usually don't like governance tokens, but since they have now a fee switch coming on for ENA stakers, that could be a big deal. You can buy it now at about a $4 billion market cap, so it's looking maybe like an interesting long-term hold for stablecoin exposure, particularly as the other stablecoin providers have to deal with rate cuts, whereas Ethena will not. Next, another strong play is the Syrup token from Maple Finance. This is a top DeFi protocol and offers the Syrup USDC stablecoin, which generates yield from Maple's loan services, currently offering around 6.9% APY, which is pretty damn good. It's a good place to park some cash. And so Syrup USDC is really part of a useful working product with a strong reputation in the market already. To have exposure to Maple's future growth, you can pick up the Syrup token, which is currently at around $439 million market cap at the time of recording this video. If you're planning on holding long term, which looks like a good plan, you can also stake it for 2.4% APY, which is pretty damn small, to be honest, but if you're holding anyway, you may as well. Moving on, though, to a newer play, one which is going to get a lot of traction, a lot of excitement on social media, and that is Plasma. But before we get to that, guys, if you're trading cryptocurrency coins, you want to trade any of the coins we're talking about today, the place to do that is BitUnix. The question I have for you is, will you start taking your trading seriously and move over to an exchange that respects your privacy and gives you insane bonuses to sign up? Because guess what? Right now, BitUnix is available to anyone, anywhere. That's you. No KYC, no VPN, long the rip, short the dips, deep liquidity, and all the big stuff. Here's the deal, okay? Sign up using the link right down here. You can get up to a $700 deposit bonus. So that's just cash money back in your hands. Okay, insane trading bonuses. And when you sign up using my link for the entire month of October, we're going to be giving away $1,000 every single live stream. You can be one of those winners. All you have to do is sign up, make a deposit, make a trade, and you're off. That's it. It's that easy. Go check it out. Link down below. Plasma. So look, Plasma launched last week, and its token XPL immediately threw people off in both directions, surging up 30x from its ICO prices, crashing from $1.60 to like 80 cents or something like that. So it's been a really volatile ride. A lot of people are up a lot and they're cashing in their profits. But that's what you should expect from a big new hyped launch. Is pretty standard stuff. It looks like the bulk of the selling is coming from early investors. Plasma itself was a layer 1 designed specifically for stablecoins and money movement. It has a solid backing, including from the founder of Tether, Paolo Ardino. It lets you send USDT with 0 fees. Plus, there are some plans to launch some kind of neobank-like platform. The XPL token's still below $1 at the time of recording. Might be back above by now. Who knows? The market cap, around $2 billion bucks, and the price action's been pretty frustrating as it's gone all over the place for early buyers. But again, very early days, and for comparison with other payment-focused layer ones, Tron has a $34 billion market cap, XRP a $176 billion market cap. Plasma has a lot of mind share right now, so you can see a potential for it as a catch-up trade to its competitors. Another newer project is Stable STBL, co-founded by Tether founder Reeve Collins. This one issues a stablecoin called USST, which is backed by tokenized real-world assets. When you mint the stablecoin, you also get a yield-bearing NFT called YLD. The yield comes from the RWAs backing USST, and if you want exposure to the whole product, you can buy the governance token STBL, which is at a circulating market cap of $172 million. However, be warned that it's got a $3.5 billion fully diluted valuation, which is insane. Right now, only 5% of the supply is circulating, 95% of the tokens still to hit the market, okay? On the positive side, though, the project has just announced an incoming buyback and burn mechanism to make sure price will continue to move up with growth, which is a very good thing, okay? Next, let's look at a couple of established players. The OGs! You might think all this shit's new, but it's been going on for a long, long time in crypto. Okay, these are just the new players we've been talking about today. Aave and Sky, formerly MakerDAO. Aave, of course, the absolute DeFi titan, the largest platform out there. It actually has its own stablecoin called GHO, but GHO really is not its strongest feature. It's very low liquidity, very low market cap. Supply is only around $350 million. So is Aave a good bet for DeFi dominance? Yeah, I think so. It's an absolute DeFi OG. As a stablecoin play, I'm not convinced. Then if you want to go real OG, again, there's Sky, the artist formerly known as MakerDAO, and it's USDS stablecoin, which used to be the DAI stablecoin. This has buybacks on its Sky governance token, but doesn't have a huge amount of mind share compared to those shinier new launches like Plasma and all that kind of stuff, but it's solid. Solid tokenomics, good stuff, good product, okay? It does also block VPN access, so if you're in a restricted country, the app may not let you in, just FYI. Finally, there's real companies you can own nowadays, which is pretty cool. If you want stablecoin exposure in your stonks portfolio, then let's not forget Circle. At $136 was the price at the time of this recording. Is it overvalued? Yeah. In fact, I think it was overvalued at launch at $60. The numbers really didn't make mathematical sense. But screw it, nobody cared if they sent it straight to $300, okay? It gets a bit hard to bid in a rally for all things stablecoin. Realistic valuations, of course, don't really matter. Things are a lot higher than you think that they reasonably should. You might even potentially look at PayPal as an option. They have stock buybacks and growing adoption for their stablecoin, the PYUSD. That might be a very dark horse play for the stablecoin market. My favorite here is probably Ethena. Circle, probably a good bear market buy for me. I'm not interested in it at these prices. PayPal, I can see myself getting some PayPal. Why not? OG DeFi coins, Sky, maybe pretty attractive too. New players like Plasma and Stable, they have a lot to prove still. But therein lies the opportunity, isn't it? If you think they'll pull off the execution, then there's a lot of upside potential. Stablecoins are hot. They're going to continue to be hot. They are the killer app of crypto by far, okay? And now we have lots of interesting ways to get exposure to that narrative with varying levels of attractiveness for some of the different offerings. Choice is up to you what, if any, of these coins you'd like to buy. Of course, as always, lots of risks remain, so be careful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.